Okay, so this final video is just a method you can use where you can use a few different programs. This one's going to focus on one particular program where you can basically upload the PDF construction plans that you're working with, and then scale using a computer program rather than having to print the construction plans in an A3 format. CAD does all these things as well, but lots of plumbers aren't going to have CAD or versions of CAD. So this is just a quick, simple way of doing it. So we're going to go back to our file manager and go to our downloads. So here's the couple of plans we've been working with. We're going to use this isometric plan for this exercise. So in Google, and there's a link available to what the program's called PDFtron. I've just got it as a bookmark in my in my Chrome browser, so I can just get easy access to that whenever I want it. So here it is here. So you click on it. I'm just going to go Control Wheel Out. You can see how that's all a bit close, and so if you go Control Wheel Out, you can you get a good at sort of what the page sort of looks like. If you go in this box here, this box actually does the plan in and out. So that's that control and wheel on your mouse, wheel in, wheel out, just sort of get that zoom happening. So we're going to go select file. So we want to get our construction plan in here. So we'll go select file, and we're going to look at the commercial isometric plan. Click on that, and now there's our plan, pops up there. One thing to be mindful is you always have to make sure you put the scaled PDF plans into this program. If you take a snip of another, if you take a picture or a screenshot or a snip of this construction plan and then try to put it into this program, the scales are slightly different. So it won't work. So you always need to make sure you put the original PDF construction plans in to get an accurate scale. So in this particular plan, we'll scroll into this plan a bit now, and then we can zoom into that box a bit more. That hasn't got the scale on it, so we'll add another. We'll add the site plan as well. And this site plan has the scale, so 1 in 500. So this is important as well to make sure you get accurate an accurate scale is putting that in. This one's already sitting on 1 in 500. Just make sure you check your scale on your construction plan and add that in here. So now we've got this floor plan in, we'll do some work with this floor plan. So you can move it up and down like that, and you can scale in like that. Scale. I like to scale in to really look at that box as best as we can. So, and this is just control and mouse wheel just to get your settings right. So then you go actually in this square. When I say this square, I'm talking about this section here, and this will actually scroll your plan in or out like that. Okay, so we're going to have a look at this rooftop. So this rooftop here, we're going to measure it. So it's got a few different options up here. Distance, perimeter, area. I always just use the distance one. You press the little ruler here for distance, and I'm just going to measure from that point there to that point there. You see I'm a little bit close in, so if you scroll out a little bit, you can see that measurement there. So that's 23.6 meters. This measurement up here is nearly 16 meters. So from that, I'd be able to work out that that area of the roof just by length times width. If I wanted to measure that section of pipe there, I could just do it the same way from sort of pit to pit. I can see, yeah, that pit to pit there is 7.8 meters. Yeah, so taking all different measurements like that. As you can sort of see, that sort of gets pretty crowded pretty quick. Once you've taken your measurements, you can actually get rid of them. So just by clicking over here, click and then delete, click and then delete. So the best way to go about this process, and it's often you'll use this program in conjunction with say the PowerPoint markups we were doing previously. So a good way to do that is have it set up on a split screen, or if you've got two monitors, use two monitors, but on a split screen. So I've got this PDF Tron on one side, and then we'll have our PowerPoint we were using before on the other side. So going through this process, I can see, get that plan view up. I can see, okay, so we've measured from those pit to pit. So now I can go over to this plan here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can see what I'm doing better. And I'm going to go home. And because I've got this half size, it's a bit trickier to see. So you need the menus change a little bit. You can go there and put your text box in. Going to change that font to 5, so it's a bit smaller. And we can type in the 7.8, close enough to 7.8 millimeters. So we can actually put those measurements in as we take them off the plan. The best way to go about this process is getting a second monitor set up. So you can have if you're working with a desktop computer or a laptop computer, it's pretty easy to go and buy a $150 monitor and plug it in using usually the HDMI cable, and then you've got a second monitor plugged in. So then you can have your PowerPoint markup on one screen and then your measuring tool on the other screen. Makes it a bit easier. But if you're stuck, you can sort of make do with it like this. Yeah, so going back to this measuring tool, I'm just going to get rid of these measurements we've taken so far.